Have you ever wanted to be able to create your own video game? In that case, this course is for you. My name is WRC Race, and in this series of tutorials, I'll teach you how to use Scratch. Scratch is a completely free programming language where you can make your own projects in an easy and fun way. Instead of typing code, we'll use blocks that assemble together to make the scripts. In this course, I teach you the basic concepts of Scratch, and when you finish it, you'll be able to create your own projects. If you like this type of content, please consider clicking the like button and subscribing to my channel. So, are you ready? Let's get Calvin. Okay guys, we have two ways to start programming in Scratch. We can do this directly from their website, which is scratch-meet.edu, or we can download it for our computer. In this other direction, which is scratch-meet.edu download bar, we can download and Scratch for Windows, Mac OS, Chrome OS, or Android. And we can download older versions such as Scratch 1.4 or Scratch 2. But I recommend you download the most recent one, which is Scratch. Well, once we've opened our Scratch website or downloaded Scratch for our computer, we have to click here where it says 3A. I have new project because with the glitch shadows you turn them on, I've changed the texts that they put on these 4 buttons here. But you will have a task. If we click here, a project will be created. You who have Scratch downloaded on your computer, just talk about Scratch and it will automatically create a new one. Okay, so this is the Scratch interface. The interface of Scratch is divided into different sections. Here we have the stage, which is where our project is going to be executed. Here we have the scenario. And here we have the sprays, which are the different objects that our project is made of, whether it is a video game, an animation, etc. When we create a project like Scratch, the determined sprite that will look like it will be this side. If you don't want it, just delete it. The screen of our project is divided into 360 pixels in height and 480 pixels in width. The width is to be measured with the X coordinate and the height with the hybrid coordinate. And well, this is the part they'll call you, which is where we're going to put our screens. A spray is the living devil. It has 3 sections. Say, the code tightener, which is where we're going to put the behavior of our sprite. The costume one, which contains all the different aspects that we want in our sprite. And the sound system, which is the one that contains all the sounds that we want our sprite to have. Okay, as it says at the beginning of the video, the scripts in Scratch are made up of blow kicks that are joined together and that serve to create the behavior of our friends. Very well. Well, on the one hand, we have the category of movement that contains all the blocks that allow our character to see himself turn. position himself with this block, for example, which is Iraguis. Then we have the category of looks, which what it does is that it has the blocks that determine how it goes, how we're going to press on the screen, the graphic effects that are applied. Do you want me to show it? If we want him to say something, then we have sound theory. What does all the blocks contain? What do we do? What makes our character make a sound? Or what changes the properties of that sound? The next category is the category of elements, the most important of all. Why is it the most important category? Because it contains all the blocks that are used to run a program. For example, this block, the most elementary block, ensures the good green flag kit. What this block does is that all the blocks that are put underneath will be executed when you click on Mandela Green. For example, if I put a block of Densip or Thief for 10 seconds and I click green, do you see this block running? Well, if this block doesn't exist, I did this directly, I clicked here. As you can see, nothing happens. We have the control category, which basically has loops, conditionals, etc. For example, there's the forever loop that what it does is that all the blocks that are put in here will be repeated in a loop throughout the program. Or the block, yes, which what it does is that the blocks that are in here, they will be executed only when the condition that we are going to place in this space that they are going to be read is met. Or yes, if not, Jesse White can see. But what it does is, if this condition is not met, si recuperaron los blocks que estén colocados en esta. What it does is that it detects all the external influences that our sprite is going to have, that it receives. No. For example, if I want you to describe me, well, for example, this block here, by clicking on space key, this block wants to detect. Yes, we're clicking on a key that's space, up, down. That is, they are detecting an influence and extreme respect. What this does is return to true if the sprite is touching you, whatever is lying in here. In other words, it is detecting an external influence on the sprite. Then we have the category of operators, which is the category that would be in charge of doing calculation. For example, simple mathematical calculations such as smoking, less sturming, criticisms, and divisions. No, 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 no. Steven, right? These values I can do with myself in the which is for comparison. They are basically the greater than, less than, equal to. The blocks, yes, no, and or. What it will do is it will return true if the two conditions that are going to be placed are met. The blocker will return the Venadero if one of the two conditions placed here is purchased. And the block is not going to return, right? He will return the value compared to the input value. For example, if the condition in here is met, the NOT can become false. If the condition inside here is not met, it will return the NOT. We also have quiet with chains, such as joining two chains or taking the value of a chain, seeing the length of a chain. Let's test whether a panel contains a CAPTEP and not the much more complex mathematicians like. This block contains the most complex mathematical calculations. The abs, sine, cosine, tan, acid, acos. The ATON, the variable category, works like a small drawer inside the computer that can store information, whether text or numeric values. Then we have the lists, which by default are no different from the default generated variables. Drawers are larger than stacks of stacks and contain a greater amount of information. It's as if they can contain different variables. And finally, we have the custom blocks, my blocks. What are functions really? If I create a function, for example, and call it my function, as you can see, an event block is created here, and another block is created here. What this block will do is call this function.so. Everything inside this function will be executed when this block executes. Let's give an audio example, if true. Let's click on Controls. Let's grab the forever block and put my function here. This block will call what we put down here. So let's see what happens if I put it down here. It points to the mouse pointer and moves 10 steps. What this program will do is make the sprite follow our mouse cursor. We have a forever block that makes what's inside here run for the entire project. What this block does is call my function. And what the function does is make the sprite point to the mouse pointer and move 10 steps. Let's see what this program does. As you can see, now the cat is chasing the mouse pointer and then we have the extensions, like the debugger, which isn't a huge extension by default. These extensions won't be available by default in the editor.as for these block categories. I have them here because Scratch add-ons allow me to have these extensions by default. But if you want to add them, click on extensions here and you'll have extensions like music, pencil, camera sensor, face sensor, etc. Well, this is the most basic Scratch lesson. With that, we could wrap up the video. In the next video, we'll go into more depth. The movement category features a very simple project to introduce us to the world of programming. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.